Our final morning in the Sonoran Desert near the Colorado River in Parker, Arizona, dawned with continuing high winds and an unfortunate mishap. This portable panel was heavy enough that it had never moved in wind before, but a rogue wind gust caught it from a different direction than the prevailing wind, and the gust literally picked it up and threw it before it landed face down on the rocky ground. More on this mishap in a full video that will be coming soon. The trailer had been rocking the entire previous day, as expected given the high wind warning, but the wind was supposed to settle down on this morning. We had planned our entire travel schedule around the weather forecast, for all the good that did us. This has literally been the coolest, wettest, and windiest winter that I have personally experienced in the desert, though I'm sure there have been worse winters on record. At the same time, much of the country has faced weird winter weather this season, so it's also hard to complain. After all, we haven't had minus 50 Fahrenheit temperatures or feet of snow like they have back home in Wyoming. Despite the challenges and occasional frustrations, we have also managed to camp in some pretty nice spots over the winter and have enjoyed some nice little adventures. With the weather being cooler than normal, I might have been tempted to stay here in the Sonoran Desert longer before heading north, but we both had projects that required our attention at our winter base camp in Pahrump, Nevada. It was time to move along for practical reasons, despite the temperatures being cool enough to stay for at least a few weeks longer. Besides, if I'm being honest, I always grow bored after months in one area, if not just weeks, and I'm anxious to change the zip code. As we worked on breaking camp this morning, the high wind was a challenge, but we managed and were able to hit the road north toward Pahrump, Nevada. The 200-plus mile drive was largely uneventful, despite some occasional challenges with hauling a trailer through the wind. Las Vegas, infamous for its entertainment, did not fail to deliver as we passed through. The traffic was actually not bad at all, considering it was Las Vegas. The wet snow that was falling as we traversed 215 and onto 160 was, however, something of a surprise. We also were entertained by a small caravan of carnival trucks and trailers sporting various amusements. We have no idea where this carnival crew was headed or from whence they came, but it did help to keep the ride interesting. As we headed out of Las Vegas and over the hump to Pahrump, we encountered warnings of winter weather ahead in Mountain Springs. The adventure continues. The mountains around Mountain Springs were covered in snow, and the sky looked ready to dump even more frozen precipitation. Fortunately, the roads were clear, as hauling a travel trailer over mountains is something I try to avoid. We arrived safely in Pahrump and set up at our base camp for the next couple of months, just in time for weather alerts to start arriving about winter storm warnings that extended over the next few days. Since arriving in Pahrump, we've seen more snow in the valley than I have personally seen here before, and we've also been thoroughly enjoying the beauty of heavy snow cover in the surrounding mountains. Did we perhaps come to Pahrump too early this spring? I suppose the answer to that question might be subjective, but I'm enjoying the variety of weather, the beauty of winter in the mountains, and I'm grateful that it's not sub-zero like I experienced last February and March in Wyoming. After being on the road since 2015, I think sometimes chasing 70 is overrated. For me, it's precisely the too hot or too cold experiences that make ideal weather conditions that much sweeter and enjoyable.